Let's go. Come on, brethren. We've done it. Is it a Monday as well? Yes. That it is. How we feeling, guys? Whoa. Sorry, we're kind of low on the buttons. Out of courtesy and discretion, let me adjust that. Come on, good to see you, man. What shenanigans do we have planned? A good question, and the question of the hour. Potential death. There's a lich with all of his 6th and higher level spells. He also knows Mind Blank. Or is it Feeble Mind? Whatever that devastating 8th level spell is that stops people from casting. So the brew that bubbles before us is a spicy one. For the long rest night guard, I love that. I love a good watch that's interrupted. Yeah, please go into detail, Amon. I appreciate that. I love how many pots you have on top of the stove. Okay. Brief life update. Shit's crazy. If you're in SoCal, come see me in one of 2 plays. One happening in Long Beach, the other in Topanga. Do I live in either city? No. I live in Echo Park. Got it. But I'm so happy to be here. We'll be going till about 2 o'clock. So we have a good bit of change, but I don't want to lose anything. So here's essentially the deal, guys. Late campaign, you know the setup, you know the run-in. But where I'm at right now is, you know, they're coming into this underground layer. They're coming into this place called the Dark Hearth that was once a holy spring to the goddess Shantea, who rests above me. There she is. And now has been taken over, has almost been rededicated, the blood goddess Bala. You can see that on the map here. There's once an old tree. This beautiful pool that was once blue is now red. Pretty cool. But man, the party probably should have rested, probably should have pulled back, and they didn't. And I saw a Reddit post about this last night that I was actually reading, which was like, yo, 4-year campaign, potentially going to end in a TPK, what should I do? And there were some very reasonable questions, one of which is like, how the fuck can anyone be playing for 4 years and not be level 30 or whatever? How can any high-level party be in danger of a TPK? Okay, TPK, probably not going to happen. But player deaths, very, very possible. The Lich has power word kill, disintegrate, finger of death, feeble mind, and other tasty treats. And Trent himself is like a level 20 monk plus some. So the combat itself, the battle itself, I feel like could be devastating. But I really want to tuck into some of the roleplay elements that I can work into combat. And also establish what people want. Trent wants to kill Slight, or pass the mantle of Bala's champion to Slight. Because that role as champion of a blood god comes with a heavy cost. Playing broken music box music through minor illusions. Looking like a human-sized doll. Dancing like a ballerina. That's actually pretty cool. I wouldn't mind that, as long as I wasn't forced to dance under some compulsion spell. You know what I mean? Sorry, let me pop out the chat real quick for my boys and girls. Yeah, I'm on. The imagery is so much of the spice that a DM puts on a session, right? And so I really just want to dive into that immediately. I feel like we've set up and chilled. God, going over just a lifetime's worth of homebrew. Yes, Frederick versus Edgeblade the Black. That was 76. God, we've come so far. That was half the sessions ago. We're on 151. Deep, 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 deep. Yeah, can you imagine waking up to take your shift and you see a party member or any humanoid, like, in some rigid pirouette in striking time to an eerie tune? That's dangeroso. Okay. Trenton Bala. Cool. Okay. So I don't want to fuck around. I want to just jump in. I think Trent comes around. I think Bala appears. Comes with offering in hand. Champion. Step forward. Step forward. And know my blessing. And this is like... This is the actual personified goddess Bala. Who... I guess we'll use as this girl. Because a girl this age can't really speak, right? We'll use her for the flashback. Which is of Maliki and Saloon, and just trying to lay some background for this war of the gods, right? For like how and why these gods were set against each other. And, you know, I think is often the case, like the pettiness that you know, can riddle a human experience or a human relationship. It's also something that the gods can fall prey to. We'll use her. Yo, Vog! How dare you have a 13-month streak? Come on, Vog. Shouting out a real one. How we living, Gar? How are we living? I'm so happy to be here. You know, life is trying to conspire. We're not going to let them. See what Vog has for us, huh? Oh, Baldur's Gate. Let's fucking go. I love your background there, Vogley. Let's go. Extended weekend for the win. Yeah, I feel like I'm just wrapping up like an extended week that began like 2.5 weeks ago. I've been looking forward to today, this Monday, for quite some time. You know? Hey, man. We got to put in the Stream Elements plugin and then summon it. But I hope we were vibing and doing well, gang. Yeah, man. I need to play Baldur's Gate. Need to get in there. Okay, so we're working on kind of like some of the role play in between combat elements, or what feels like almost certainly what will be the final encounter for some characters. Sorry, Slight. You boned. These boys should have rested. I don't know what to say. I didn't want it this way. I didn't want it this way, but it is this way. You know?
I'm the man up in this
Trench
piece.
is the man up in this piece. Good. Good. I hope this continues. Playing the role of a knight and messing up all her character's lines because she rarely plays male roles. I think I need a little more context for that, but I love the premise. I enjoy that premise, Amon. That is hilarious. You're like, oh, I normally don't play Min, but I'll give it a shot. I love any hard turn. Pun suggested. Okay. Who comes? Who comes? Offering in hand. Well, given so much, yet one above all. I feel you, my champion. Step forward and know my blessing. All right, I'm just going to keep going, and then we'll sort of sort out the timing of some of this, because there's just a lot of elements present, and I want it to be flexible. And right now I know I have too much, and yet I'm still creating more because it just doesn't feel like it's clear enough or streamlined enough for me. So let's just keep generating, and then we'll edit this shit out. Okay. I'm here. Last time. Your mantle will pass. Stress. So Trent is sort of like this, old world Sicilian kind of fella. Boy, Lepa, get in here. Bugles from across the sea. Good to have you. We're preparing some of the roleplay before and between combat. The party will be coming before this blood goddess. And I want to kind of work on some of the RP. Okay. Mistress. Okay, cool. I'm just going to move some of this. And I already really established the bloody pool. I'm good. I know. Oilepa, I know. I'm in 2 plays right now. One in Long Beach, one in Topanga. Honestly, both are really solid. Been getting really well reviewed. But man, it is tough. It is tough. But I'm going to be streaming an actual play on Wednesday. I'm taking my D&D character from the Curse of Strahd campaign and hopefully going and killing this motherfucking Vistani dude. And then potentially reuniting with the party. We'll see. The point is I'm back. We back up, baby boys. I appreciate you coming through. What's the vibe? What have I missed, guys? Can everyone drop me one fact from your life from the past 3 weeks? Come on. Or fuck it, 2 facts and a lie. I just want to know what's up. The Trent will come out. He'll beat the shit out of Vex. You're looking to win, join the winner's side. Help Slight pay his debt. I'm gonna, and just to establish this, my mind is like racing so hard right now. Forgive the silence. The character playing Vex, the one that not wandered, very directly ran after and then fell into the hands of this remaining BBEG, Trent Waregraph. The hand of the blind jackals. But he's not going to be able to make the session tomorrow. Which is unfortunate because I see a scenario where he is finger of deathed. I see a scenario where he is finger of deathed to death. And that's very, very complicated whenever that happens to a player in absentia, right? I don't know how you would do this. I kind of have to move forward with this combat. But I hate the idea. My stomach flips at the idea of a player character dying, much less like a disintegrate or a finger of death. And triply so triple trips and triple flips on the way to Tripoli, Italy, if that player character's not able to be there for the actual session, right? Oh, that was Mirage pretending to be a princess. Okay, got it. That's great. But that might happen. Vex is gonna like take 50 to 80 points of damage. And he'll probably be like, yeah, I'll help. And he'll be lying. And he'll roll a deception check. But that's all going to happen off screen. That might happen via text. Trent will also... Here it is. One of them has diamond, black blood, whatever undertow pull from you. They got it. One of them does. Don't know who, but one of them. Yeah. If he gets Finger of Death, Toilepa, that's 100% the plan. And I love that suggestion, and that's why it's sort of like, yo, I hate you not being able to be here, but this is what life is like for us right now. in this ancient space, once holy to Shantea, that through a cave in and the slow seep of blood magic is now a holy, unholy place. Or play a headless knight, pretending game out of boredom. That's oh, just with the mirror. Okay, love it. Amon is on a individual tip of generating pretty solid visual pranks by way of the minor illusion cantrip. Respect. I'm here for the last time. Okay, Trent will pay them. Mm-hmm. So he'll say this. Huh. Okay. So I have so much, and I want to streamline it, but I think okay, before we go back and go through everything, I think I still got to generate some of this because okay, this is great. Okay, so Trent will come in. He is essentially has taken power from Bala, from this like evil god. Didn't realize when this list of names that contain the true names of demons was given to him, that it kind of came with some strings attached. With great power, said. Yeah. Yeah, you know the deal. I mean, truly, Vog, as I was going through this, I'm like, this is now 4 years of campaign. It is 3 campaigns going on 4. I mean, truly. And there is, I think the further you go in Homebrew and the further you level up, like the higher and harder the juggling act becomes. But there's like joy in that, right? That's so much of what makes it fun when you execute it. But right here I'm balancing the party is already kind of rocked. They didn't rest, and that was a mistake. And so they've wandered into this spot and are like kind of fragile. It's also the end of the line, and this BBEG now has an opportunity to get what he's wanted, which is the monk. And then lastly is the fact that against this is that struggle between Shantea, who has like lost power, and this was once her holy spring in her domain, and Bala, who now kind of ebbs and steals that power. What happens when a vampire tries to drink from a warforge? I think that can happen. I think that same magic, I think it's like pulling, in our world, warforges have like amber fluid. It's almost like viscous living oil, if you will. Like engine oil. So I would just treat it the exact same. Like warforge is a strange and interesting concept, but I think it really boils down to like, what is consciousness? And are we acting like, bing, you know? Like they built this humanoid vessel and somehow magically imbued it with consciousness? Just tell me how that's not different than a sperm and an egg forming a human that then somehow has a distinct personality, spirit, soul? The fuck's up with that? Anyway, it's 1 o'clock. We shouldn't be going too deep. Joke's on you, blood goddess. I am warforged. I have no blood. Glad I didn't miss that. That's hilarious. Would be nice drama if the PC player can make saving throws to miss the party. Yes, agreed. I am going to text with the player and basically be like, yo, if this happens, what do you want to do? If that happens, what do you want to do? And then make sure I get their sheet. And then I'll just straight up roll for it, you know? I think it's going to be 3 rounds of Trent beating the bejesus out of Vexel, and then coming back. Give the Warlock's Pack of the Blade to the Minor Illusion and Disguise Self. Got it. Got it. I mean, basically, it's basically 3 campaigns going on 4 because it was Dragon of Icespire Peak. And we ran like a heavily punched up, homebrewed plus version of Dragon of Icespire Peak. That led us into them going across the literal map of the Sword Coast. All the way across, like, I mean, everywhere, dude. The Ravens and across the Evermoors and past Sundabar, or past Silvery Moon to Sundabar. And that took a 1.5 years. But they got this character's sister back. They uncorked a connection between many of these deeply shrouded and protected but powerfully influential people and figures in the Sword Coast. And so then that brought them into the 3rd campaign, taking out this divination wizard, this sort of time-stepping mage, and at a great cost, stopping him and banishing him to the astral plane. And now what remains was this struggle between the last of the dragons and the kind of breaking shadow that is this war of the gods. And with the wizard dead, and with the gods now really, you know, Scaravon's been sorted, Thalos has been sorted, Saloon and Maliki, though threatened within the domains that love them, the Evermoors and Silvery Moon, are back, are not like, you know, bound and confined within the astral plane. But Shantea is. So this moment here, as Bala still holds power over Shantea, and as the party is faced with what might be... well, the wizard was probably the scariest individual character. I mean, he was a level 20 wizard with lair actions and legendary actions. He could regain his reaction as a legendary action, so he was just counterspelling everything. It was great. But Trent can take 4 attacks if he wants, 5 actually, because he has 3 in a bonus action and then Flurry of Blows. So they are basically in the midst of this confluence of roleplay their own decisions, and extremely tenuous combat. So here are my predictions. Here are my rough predictions. I predict that Slight will at some point offer himself up to Trent as a way to sacrifice himself for the party. I think he will do that potentially because the writing will be on the wall. I think Vexel will likely die or further betray the party. Sorry, Vex, I could see it going that way. I don't know what will happen, but I can't wait to find out. And then I think one other character, I think between the Paladin, the Ranger, the Fighter, and the Cleric, shit, man, like, there's a power word kill with somebody's name on it, and there's a mind blank with the Cleric's name on it. Okay, so anyway, that's what's up. So, okay, so let me jam briefly, because I want to get this one moment with Trent down. And then I want to roll through the chat, and then we are going to break down what this moment is going to feel like, because we're about to enter combat, and so I want to sequence it in a way that makes sense, but is very, mechanically effective in terms of storytelling. I want to set up the stakes and, what's on either side of success and failure, right? But I got to be real, I'm hyped. And you know what? Yeah, no, let's do this, and then we'll go through chat, and then we'll edit. Okay, so here's the deal. This will go through. Anabala. Yeah. That's a name. That's a name, Slight. Crazy, huh? Can't be coincidence. That's... Well... Hold up. Annabelle. Annabala. Crazy, huh? It can't be coincidence. The world's too big. Too big. Just too small. Okay. I know when you left, walked away. Take hell to get back, to get my hands where they needed to be, to make things right. And I mean that literally. I think he'll pull out the list. This also, as I'm getting to it, I think I probably tomorrow will be like, yo, like there's going to be some monologuing on my end. And feel free, let's treat that, maybe combat has a little bit more freeform if you do want to take a moment to say something to your party or to someone else. That's fine. Okay, about to be with you, chat. Thank you for your patience. And I mean that literally. Yours, I mean, no. Lied to me too. A lie of omission. I knew there'd be strings. Not like this. So, I'm gonna give that honor. You. Slight. Crown. Of that which you have always most easily gathered. Blood. Violence. it started in that keep outside Waterdeep, but it's sure as hell gonna end here, gonna end today. Fucking crazy, man. Fucking crazy. Would have never found you if undertow I needed all those dragon scales. Too bit. Backwoods thief. Garrow glaive tray. Didn't come to me seeking to erase a debt. Cachet. Dragon recently slain. Some upstart group. Never went to the ice. Oh well. No. Okay. Let me check one other thing, because I wrote myself a note. Oh shit. Damn it, guys. I need to call them back. This is the mechanic shop that has my car. Okay. Give me damn it. Give me like 2 to 3 minutes. I'm gonna call them back, and then we gonna come back and catch up on chat. I've been neglecting you. And then we're gonna edit this down. All right. So enjoy these balloons, and I'll be right back. We back, y'all. Thank you. Thank you for waiting. Thank you. Okay, we back up in this piece. Okay, where was I? I was catching up with chat. Guys, it's been too long. Here I go. You ready? One gigantic breath, and I'm going to get through all of it. Absolutely not, but I'll give it a shot. With great power comes great insanity. Well done. And I'm sorry that I waited so long on that joke. I explained drinking from a warforge. No rest in the belly of the beast. They could have found it, though. They could have made it happen, but they just failed to. No rest before the BBG, and the monk is the target exactly. They're boned. They need to get to the dentist. They bit iron. Running out of breath. Copy that. I'm on the warforge. Lizard actions? What is that? Good God. Can they have friends to help? Wow. Has your name on it. That's hilarious. It's a scroll of power word death. Okay, I did have an idea where the cleric gets super powered up by his god who's recently freed. Fuck, okay. Woo! That was actually a really interesting support lesson, but I'm going to breathe and enjoy this. For a lich who usually prepares, I don't see what they have a spell for one enemy only prepared and wait until they arrive. The scroll makes it even possible to surprise you. Thank you, I'll take that. I love that. The balloons are gone. Okay. So let's look at Trent's. Let's look at Trent's stat block real quick. HP 260, AC 19. Is 18 key a lot or a little? I feel like that's not a lot. How many does a level 20 monk? Headbutt, baby. One D12 plus 10. Yee! All right, let's go. Okay, that's 70.
I'm the man up in this piece.
Okay, so I've kind of built this, like, you know, homebrewed monk to a degree. Level 20 monk table. I just want to see how many key a monk would normally have in this situation. You know what I mean? Oh, you get a key per point. Okay, great. So his movement is like 90. His movement should be like 100. What the fuck is perfect self? I'm so sorry, what? Perfect self? Is that where you really just come to terms with your own flaws and view them as beautiful? In a very Eastern-facing sense? Huh. I gotta remember that they can deflect missiles. Interesting. Wow, you no longer need food or water? You can't be aged magically? That's incredible. Wow. That's insane. Okay, so let me check the Shadow Monk. I want to view all classes real quick. I just want to read up on this. What? It's Way of the Shadow, right? Okay. I want to read through this whole motherfucker. Be like, what's up? Opportunist. Whenever creature is hit by an attack. It's not that helpful. When you're in an area of dim light, you can use your action to become invisible. You didn't have advantage on the first melee attack you make before the end of the turn. Wow. Okay. Interesting. So we can basically teleport, right? Shadow step. Let's make sure we have that down. Shadow step. 60 feet bonus action. From 2, dim light. Darkness. Has evasion. I need some more legendary actions. I think he'll be like... I think Rivers of Blood. I've always loved that name. Takes an action. I fucking love that. It's simple. Okay, so Rivers of Blood will be like... a flurry of blood. Which is a stunning strike. And what do we think this is? Is it way too much to be like 8d6? Like, that feels incredibly aggressive. You know what I mean? Is 8d6 insane? Victory, I'm just seeing that. We did it! We won! We've won! Oh my gosh, okay. Unleashes... DC 17. Cool. Okay, great. I'm liking this. So we know what his deal is. He's going to mess them the fuck up. He'll basically beat up Vexel. Vexel might try to fight back. He'll give him the opportunity to join him. Vexel may or may not. But then he will be, if he lies to him, he'll be beat up even further. He'll take him down whenever he's probably about 40 hit points or below. And they'll appear here. Let me see about this. Okay. I'm gonna give a little bit of, like, create some, like, shadows, basically. Oh, this was fog. Meant to color it. So let's make a little circle. Here we go. Cool. These are going to be shadows that he can potentially, like, move through, teleport, etc. Likewise, this Lich can use blood to move. I wonder if I have any other, like, pools of blood. Again, be careful with your search history as a DM. Gonna get you. You gonna get got. Somebody's coming for that ass. Blood splatters? Anyone? Yes? Characters or tokens. I think it's probably here. Oh, wow. Already in a good shape. Let's go. All right. With our search of pools of blood complete, we head elsewhere. Props. Okay, so let me add these bad boys in. Where are we at? Okay, great. Just nice to switch up the visual a little bit. Sometimes I really do enjoy, like, just bringing back the same thing to really establish it. But you don't want it to get too repetitive, you know? Let's make sure we lock that down so no ne'er-do-wells come in. Mess us up. Somebody coming through and messing with us. So the idea is that Mirage pretends to be a member of the party. Like, as a stranger. She's like, I know your friend, Mirage. And I'd like to tell you some of her secrets. Like that kind of vibe? I feel like your DM... wait, because Amon, what you're talking about, you play in this game as Mirage. You are not the DM, right? Because I feel like the DM is probably sitting there like, I'm trying to further this story. It's like, damn, Mirage is on her 17th character bit. Fuck! But I also know that you guys have a great rapport, you know? That's what it's all about. Sometimes just like goofing around in character is some of the most satisfying and cathartic shit you could do. Got it. Okay. So she thinks she's by herself. And she's switching into a different character to then be able to speak her truth. You know, truth hidden behind lies is still truth. That's a Carpe quote. Amon, I love that, man. Okay, so what are we going to do to these boys? I mean, the Lich, we know what he's going to do. The Trent shows up, we know what he's going to do. The Lich will, just for the record, like, be looking to use Finger of Death pretty immediately. Anyone that's below, you know, about 70, 80 hit points, Vexel's a really good candidate because he's just going to be beaten up by Trent. So I could see that happening in the first 2 rounds. Is the Lich being like, let us add to the numbers of blood. And just Finger of Deaths someone, probably Vex. And, you know, turns them into an unwitting meat puppet of death. Always good. Okay. Making me feel bad for having a laugh. Because that's beautiful. Beautiful. Because, you know... Agreed. And then there's like a wolf attack. She like finally is able to acknowledge whatever, fill in the blank, right? I will get better about this OCD. Wolf attack. There's a wolf attack. Okay, let's edit this down. So Trent we know the actions and additional options of a leech. We know what happens when they come in. They've already seen him drinking blood. They've tried to initiate combat. That's where we ended the session. Trent feels pissed, conned. He'll beat the shit out of Vexel. Okay, let's just go through all of what we have. So Crypts, we already went through this. Licious Chambers, they kind of move too fast. Symbol Spell, got him. Avindasura, I described the roots. Nobody's gotten there to sit yet, but you do get a +2 Charisma. Now rotted, the corrupted by the power of blood oozes from its trunk. We're going to use some of this for the intro. Right here. That's exactly correct. Cool. Look at that. You know what? How about this? Hi, well, join me live as I edit needlessly the same document. Welcome. Okay, me boches. So that we will get to in a moment. But let's see what we have. 152. Get the blood, did the thing. Trent will say to Stefan turn, hey, one of them has the diamond. Black blood, whatever. Whatever you've been bitching about that Undertow stole from you. They got it. I don't know who, but one of them. Trent again to the mistress will be like, after she's like, who comes offering? Who's here? Okay. Trent, and this is where I'm not sure where to put this. Because I want to establish this, and there's also a cool moment where she holds out her palm right here and shows all these former champions. And there is a ton of lore connection in that. Just being like, oh shit, all of those monsters were brought back from the dead by Bala. Okay, got it. And so I'm not sure the timing of where we put that. Let's have this in mind, because Vex won't be there. So I'll text it out with him. Sorry, I love this music, but let's get it where we need to be, right? Get it where we need to be, guys. Cool. We back up in here. And as always, let me know if something's popping off a little too hot. You know what I mean? Okay, so this is how it goes down. Vex will be handled off screen. At some point, they will probably see a bloodied Vex pulled forward. Whether or not he gives up that diamond to the Lich, or, and this will be a huge mistake if it happens, but it's not a bad move, it's reasonable. But if Vex acknowledges that he has this blood diamond containing the soul of this ancient demon, but wants to bargain and is like unreasonable or like won't give it up or is like hard to deal with really in any way to this Lich, the Lich is going to power word kill him or finger of death him if he looks hurt enough. He's going to be like, okay, cool. Well, fuck your life. But if Vexel gives him the diamond to this Lich, to Stefan Turn, the Lich will immediately peace. He'll go back to where he was, start studying it, and like prepare to go after Telkun. He'll probably say some shit about Telkun's bitch ass is going down. But he'll say it in an Italian accent as a Lich. We can all picture what that would sound like. Yeah? Picture a sound. I don't know if you can hear it, but my downstairs neighbor appears to be vacuuming the same area for what's going on about 12 minutes. Come on, what you got? So when the next member of the party wakes up for the shift, they see a thing they shouldn't. Yeah, okay, got it. I didn't know we were still in that same thing. I got turned around. Yeah, dude, that's a great idea. And like, especially if you could set it up with your DM before and give them the scene painting that you imagine. And then if you wanted, that way, like the party member would wake up and have the DM describe what they see, which would be very alarming, you know? That might be cool. Also, do I hear Skeet? Skeet was a little more of a live wire. But yeah, you won't be hearing from Skeet, as what remains of the back of his head has finally dried against the back of the ancient chamber. Oh, Vog, that was such a rowdy time, dude. I also did not know that coincided with my stream anniversary, which I completely dropped the ball on. But I think the fact that it overlapped with the, at least for me, thrilling conclusion of this 3-piece Call of Cthulhu felt very pleasing to me. I was like, oh, I did do a stream anniversary live game. I just didn't realize it. I told him a few hints, but he refused the details. So the DM wishes to know nothing. Interesting. When has a DM ever rejected information? I feel like we are the biggest control freaks around. But respect to this potentially Swiss DM. Respect. Shit, is it Austrian? Amon, I do this every time. Every time. It's because I've been to Switzerland. And I want to make that connection. But I know, I'm pretty sure, it is in fact Austria. Be my guest. Okay, got it. Well, then there you go. See, okay, got it. Well, it still might be worth it if you think it would be a better delivery to your fellow players at the party. To be like, yo, could I give you, you know, a third of a page and have you describe it to them or whatever, you know? Austria, let's go. I crushed it. I made the same mistake. However, I caught it. Woo! Just like a little June bug trying to crawl out the door. Ooh! Now, why you would want to keep the June bug? I guess I'm stopping it. I'm on the outside and stopping it from going inside. And then very gently putting it down. The point is I caught it. And I made the adjustment. And I've never been to Austria. So, you know. I'll make sure we don't book Australia. That's how I can remember. Okay. Swiss is neutral. Love it. Yeah, I was glad for that too, Vog. I really was. Okay, so this is how it's going to go down. We'll establish what happens with Vex. That will dictate what the Lich is doing. And thus we might retcon briefly. But whenever they come back in, as they're rushing in... Okay, this is how it's going to go. Okay, boom. They see this. That'll be established. But like caught in the moment before death. Frozen. So I want to make sure I remember this. Because this is cool as fuck. This is how we're going to start it. I want Bala to show up just so they establish, boom. Like there is the presence of a god in this space. Bongos. Who comes with offering in hand? Who? All of you have offered so much, yet one above all. I feel you, my champion. Step forward and know my blessing. Yeah. I'm here for the last time. Your mantle will pass to another, mistress. Yeah. And here, as your champion, last time, your mantle will pass to another. Okay. Right. This will happen up here. I'm going to get this out of here. And like, yes, if you're just joining us, yes. I'm just editing the document. I'm moving little bits of sand to another little spot on the beach and putting it with the other bits of sand. And then taking some of that sand and moving it to the top of the beach and putting the sand there. Okay? I'm not going to have anyone coming in challenging the method or lack of method. All right? The main event is that the other player thematically have a slight hint of what is to come. Got it. Well, sounds like you guys are buckled up. And I genuinely want to hear that how that goes. And like that's the type of shit like you give gifts whenever you do that, Amon. To your DM, to your fellow players. So I love that it. I love that shit. So as they freeze, she's basically like, which one of you? I feel you. Who's my champion? Then Trent steps forward, moving like a man through a bog. There's precedent. But when the bone devil, Mocanis, tricked that. What else, bitch? What else? Bitch. Remember. I don't know how. I remember it. Don't know how, but... Okay, cool. This is a reference to something that happened in a campaign I played in like 5 years ago. And it's because I set this campaign whenever we began it, and the, BBEG divination wizard herself was a descendant of one of the members of that party. Another one, a wood elf moon druid by the name of Maedra, played by boy. Is this wildly out of focus? I'm sure it is. Oh, it's because she's green. You can't really see her. Well, whatever. It's my girl. But she was tricked. I mean, Brian, if you're listening, I still think it's bullshit. She didn't know the terms. But regardless, I like that kind of closure and that kind of circular storytelling. It's also going to explain why my fucking bard was turned into a lich in this Curse of Strahd. On loose ends, you know what I mean? The loose ends I create as a player, I wrap up as a DM. That's another Carpe quote, okay? Put that in the coffee table book that no one is making. So, as they're frozen, Trent will still step forward, here to pass your champion this precedent, but let me anoint one in your name. One stronger. One just as strong. Nearly, anyways. Payment for a debt owed. Looking right at Slight. This is great. I'm loving where this is going. Annabella. That's the name, Slight. Annabelle. Annabella. Crazy, huh? And that can't be a coincidence. The world's too big. That feels too small. I knew when you walked away that it would take hell to get my hands back on you. Back where they needed to be to make things right. I mean that literally. You see him sort of reaching into this loose cloak and pulling out what looks almost like a stone index card. A partial list of true names. Baron betrayed me too. Liar. Even if a lie of omission. I knew there'd be strings, but not like this. So when I have to give that honor to you, Slider, a crown of that which you have wait, what the fuck? A crown of that which you have always, I think this is supposed to be always, you have always most easily gathered. Okay, this was good, but it was written by someone in the midst of a heat stroke, I guess. Let's try it again. I'm gonna give that honor to you, Slay. A crown of that which you have always most easily gathered. Blood. Violence. Yeah. Started in that keep outside Waterdeep, but it's sure as hell gonna end today. Fucking crazy. How I never would have found you if Undertow hadn't needed all those dragons. And if a two-bit backwoods thief like Glaive Trey didn't come to me saying he knew where to get them. Don't know what for. Spell needs a dragon. But I heard that say to pay a family debt. That I can understand. But if a two-bit, but I never would have. That would have been that. If a two-bit backwards thief like Errol Glaive-Tray hadn't come to me saying he knew exactly what dragon recently slain, some upstart group out of nowhere. Should have known that'd be you, kid. So then, like, I guess I'm wrestling with do I want to just offer it on the platter clearly where it's like, one of us will leave here today, either dead or serving the mistress of blood. Fuck, maybe both. Like, you can just say yes. Power that comes with it. Immortality if you choose. Obviously, there are some drawbacks. Do I offer it like that? Okay. Okay. I think I do offer it. What do we think? Because to roleplay this moment, I will be rough mentally. Got it. Well, I hope it's cathartic for you, dude. You know? That is a beautiful image. I love that. Yeah, man, I love the use of magic or the mechanics of spells to help with storytelling. And you do that really, really well, man. I know you have a blast with that. It's beautiful. Yeah. So then Trent will just say, "Well, die here don't really matter to me." Okay. So this is Stefan Turn's dialogue if we get to that. Yeah. So I think this then needs to come. Because I think this is just going to be a long ass cutscene. You know? I think that's just how it has to go. Cool. I'm not going to change the spelling on every single one. It's not that important. We know who she is. Okay, this is cool. Right? No, for sure. It's so crazy when you're playing a role that's like taxing because you want to prepare for it, but then you don't want to spend too much time like in that headspace. At least this is me talking as an actor. But I hope it's cathartic for you, man. I think it might be. Even the blood won't be killed. 3. Got it. Okay. So it's everything we talked about. This long ass cutscene out of Trent, and then basically like this goddess like steps in. It's like, that wasn't the arrangement. You ask for them to be offered. None said how or who would render the deed. We could end this now, if you like, this war. I never sought the night sky, never needed the pantheon. It was the scorpion, the deceiver, Thalos. They, for even the gods, know vanity. Cool. But what is shall be, and my place has been made long before I had any hope to choose it. One to come to worship. One to cleanse what was sullied. One as recompense. To sully the blood. To cleanse what was sullied. Blood of the anointed. Okay, great. 3 shall be anointed in crimson. Great. So this is how I see it going. 1 comes to worship. That's easy. That's you just like having combat, spilling blood. That's already happened, basically. 1 to cleanse what was sullied. Who will now take the mantle that Trent is trying to get rid of? It's literally this like flesh-imbued sigil. And then lastly, 1 is recompense. To champion the blood. And to champion the blood of the anointed. I.e., someone to die. Okay, so I think she'll sort of stand there for a moment. I think Bala will await an answer. If refused, she holds out her palm, and shadowy specters of great beasts claimed by Bala scroll through, distorted images of soldier battalions, an Ifrit, a giant direbear, and Etten. You see 6 knights. You see Edgeblade the Black atop hammer, the scorpion with his 6 gigantic arms. The speed of the images accelerates. It flashes and stops on a wood elf girl. Young, with different colored pupils. She shifts into the shape of a spectral spider before gone, disappearing. Okay. 12, 100 more images. Those champions. Like days passed. On the heavy beating wings of a red dragon long slain. Come, ye brooding blood, come. Rise. Quicken as my child, my champion. And then combat will break out. And Bala is just gonna like lord over this shit. Yo, Evie! Bugles up! Bugles up for a real one on a Monday. How we living? Yo, I appreciate that, Amon. I don't know how it's gonna work out either. I think it'll go well. I've made some predictions. I hope at least some of them are correct. Evie, hope you're cruising. Let's see what Evie was doing approximately 14 months ago. Because for some reason my shout-out app is always doing some weird shit. Now I typed this in by hand. Nailed it.
My loudest, I am a sailor, and I've been in rough waters before, and I can make my voice be heard very far. I'm gonna scream, if all of you fuckers don't put your weapons down now, these...
Let's fucking go! I need to lengthen the time on these shout-outs, man. They always cut out too early. I'm make a note of that. That's hilarious. Copy that, Amon. It'll come to you. Evie, I hope you are well. Guys, we've reached the conclusion. Now that Evie's here, we can officially leave. JK, but we are going to have to call it. This has been great. I feel awesome about where this is. The intro did not get made, but we didn't really need it, right? Because it ended up that we're just going to use this. And I think this descriptor will be awesome. There's already going to be so much monologuing that I don't want to have a big, like, 2-minute thing off the top. You know what I mean? Okay, Wednesday. My turtle rogue, Tarragon, God bless him, and the disasters that have befallen him. Dear God. Oop. He will be live streaming with Brian, my Curse of Strahd DM, and my dear friend. So if you can, come through. We're not going to raid anybody because I just need to jet out of here. But guys, I love y'all. I'm so sorry. I've been so AWOL. Your boy is back, kind of. But I have absolutely missed you. So trust and believe. If all you fuckers don't put your weapons down now. Yeah. Yeah, that's honestly what I came here to say. But I love y'all. And as always, truly, take care of each other. Take care of yourselves.